In this video, we're going to be teaching you how to breed unicorns. No, that's not right. We're actually going to be talking about how to replace a bottom weather seal, especially when you have a troublesome bottom garage door retainer. And we're also going to give you some pro tips on when and how to replace that bottom garage door retainer for your bottom garage door weather seal. Let's party. Hey party people, Santiago from SOS Garage Door Service, and in this POV style tutorial we're going to be focusing on how to replace a bottom weather seal, particularly when the bottom retainer, that is that aluminum piece that's on the bottom of the door, has a little bit of trouble. Sometimes those bottom retainers tend to bend, sometimes you get an adhesive sticky glue or paint on them that makes it really hard to slide in the new bottom weather seal. So what should you do, or what can you do to alleviate that, to make that process a lot more simpler? Where in this video we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to provide you some pro tips to be able to replace the bottom retainer. Okay party people, so we're out here and we're going to be replacing this bottom weather seal. And this bottom weather seal happens to have a retainer. It is a T-channel retainer. This type of retainer is very easy and very common in the industry. I don't know if you can see that, the T-channel, but long story short, this seal is worn, and so we're going to be replacing this, and we're going to provide you a real quick how-to tutorial. Okay, so first things first, what you're going to do is you're going to take off the old seal from the current retainer. And basically you're going to get yourself a box cutter knife, and you're going to start cutting through, making sure that you're splitting open the current seal. You might not always be the straightest, but making it as straight as possible. So you're just going to take this on down. Okay, so once you have the seal kind of cut through there, what you want to do is you want to start pulling on which side seems easier for you. Whether it's the right or left side, wherever you have the most slack and where you're able to basically get the seal slid out from. So we're just taking out one side right now. Pretty easy. And we're going to do the other side as well. So some cases you might have some caulking or some paint. So what you'll need to do is just take your box cutter and just make sure that the caulking is broken through. Just make sure that you're getting through. You don't want to cut all the way through. So it looks like it has some paint that it's kind of kept the seal from moving. So what you want to do is just kind of want to loosen from where it's stuck in the paint, perhaps some caulking. But you definitely want to try and slide it through, get it through the other side. If not, we might have to rip it out. Okay, so what we've had to do right now is we've had to actually pry into the T-channel to kind of pull out the seal from the inside. This is definitely going to be much more of a challenge because this can easily rip off, as you can see right here. And so you're going to need to continue to pry from out of the channel track. And so, as you can tell, I don't know if you can, but there's basically like caulking or some sort of adhesive that's going to have to be taken off, so that way we don't have any problems putting on the new seal. So if this is your case, if you have this kind of issue, just keep aware that, or beware that you're going to need to do a little bit more work to get this out. Okay, so with a broom or a hand brush, you're basically going to clear out the track from dirt and dust. And again, you're going to want to get in there because you want to make sure that everything is removed from the inside T-channel track, so that way it moves smooth. And then we're going to try and clear out as best we can some of this paint and this caulking that can obstruct the track for the new seal. Then what we want to do is we want to go over to the opening of the T-track. We're going to take a flathead screwdriver. We're just going to make sure that there's no obstruction and the ends to put our weather seal. Now, in addition to that, I like to apply some lubrication, and some guys will take their seal and they'll put it in some soap water. That's fine, you can do that, but I like to use a little bit of lubrication because lubrication will help sliding it down through some key spots, particularly where the portions of the adhesive are. Okay, now you're going to slide your seal through, and you want to make sure that you're using the ridge side on the bottom. You can pick a specific size. I know some guys like to go all the way up. I'm okay with just being at an eye's view. Well, and I can already tell you that there's already gunk in there. So let's make sure that that's clear. Okay. Got that there. We'll slide it on through. That's where the caulking is at. Yep. So we might have challenges. Lots of patience, and lubrication helps out tremendously. Okay, so we're a little bit past halfway. And so, again, because a couple of things, this retainer is not the straightest. You can tell right there. And we had that adhesive caulking within the track assembly. I mean to say the T-channel. So you have to be patient. You have to give it time. You have to squeeze on through and try and work all the little bumps and keeks out. Just, you know, a little bit of patience. Just get it through as best as possible. You know, it shouldn't be this hard if you have a brand new retainer or a retainer that doesn't have a lot of obstruction. Applying a little bit more lube might also help as well. So just be patient and continue to run her down through. Okay, so now we have the seal all the way through. It was not easy, but just a lot of patience. I put a lot of excess out from the sides. I'm gonna end up tucking this in here, but it's always good to check. Just, you know, check how your seal is. You don't want this flapped out. You want it nice and snug. And, you know, if you have any creases or crinks or whatever, kind of work them through. But looks good. Looks like it's sealed good. Of course, keeping in mind that bottom retainers are not one size fits all, so it's important to understand the type of door you have in order to get the right bottom weather retainer. So if it's a Wayne Dalton garage door, perhaps an Amar garage door, maybe a CHI door, well, you want to make sure you get the right bottom retainer for your garage door weather seal. Okay, so clearly we have this bottom weather seal that is completely worn off. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing it. But this type of seal is not one that we normally carry. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting a bottom retainer and we're going to be putting a new black seal on this garage door. It's going to be pretty easy. In essence, I'm just going to rip this out, to be honest with you, because I want to keep this base for our new retainer. And I'll explain why in a minute, because basically the way we have this retainer already in, it provides us a little bit better support. So let's just go ahead and rip this through and get it off that way. Okay, so you can see how that retainer is still in there, but it's that seal that we kind of want to make sure that we're completely taken out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a knife and I'm just going to slice it through. And long story short, I want to keep this retainer Now, one of the things that I want to do is I want to take out these screws, because our new retainer won't work with that there. We're going to leave that part on. One of the reasons why I'm keeping that bottom retainer is because I want this new retainer to have like a flat base to work in. Definitely want to make sure that we're keeping that there. Okay, so we've measured already our retainer. We're going to make an incision right there, basically at the 15/8 level. Put on our safety goggles. And then we'll get to cutting. Because you have tension onto this side, you need to make sure that you don't take these completely out to the degree where this can come up from you. So we're going to tack in, make sure that we don't lose, and we're just going to get under there. Okay, so what we've done is we put on a vice grip to make sure that we hold our retainer in, and this is the tricky part. So we basically just want to nudge in right there. Now usually at this point what I like to do is I like to go back to find out, okay, am I going to be within? See, so I'm a little bit further out, so I know I need to nudge it over a little bit. We're just going to make sure that we nudge up in there, and we're about as flat as possible, and then we're going to make new holes. Okay, so I've tacked on at least 2 tap screws, putting the bottom retainer under that bottom bracket. I have 1 screw here. Just going to put another one to secure it. And actually what I really want to do is I want to get it on the under the other side here. So let's do that first. Actually this time I'm not going to put it up there. I'm going to put one here.
And now I'm going to put it all the way. There we go. And take these off. But I still feel much more secure about this bracket not coming off. So the idea is you want to secure it, but you're going to pry it. So put it a little bit under there. There we go. Gotta make sure it's kind of sealing. Okay, we'll get that sealed much better. Okay, so I want to start looking under here. I want to see, okay, do I at least have somewhat of a good seal? And as you can tell, we're not 100% closing up, but there's a way to get around that. And we'll show you here shortly. Okay, so as you can tell, our bottom retainer is now placed in, it's tacked in. Let's see how well it looks on the other side. Not the greatest. So here, we're actually going to tack in some screws to help seal that a little bit better. Good. Yeah, so it's a much better seal. We could probably tack on one here and definitely tack them on here. Okay, so we tacked on several tap screws, as you can tell right there. It's okay. It's not horrible. So what we're going to do next is we're going to lube up inside this track, and then we're going to slide the weather seal on over. There we go. And so we'll be tucking this in, tucking it in on the other side. Let's go ahead and check our seal outside. Beautiful. Not out at all. Excellent.
So as you can tell, breeding unicorns is just not that easy. Oh, we're off that video now? So if replacing your bottom garage door weather seal along with the garage door retainer sounds like a party to you, then please check out the affiliate links down below. There might be an option that would work for your garage door. And of course, if you have any questions or any comments with regards to replacing your bottom retainer and your garage door weather seal, please leave one down below. I would love to hear from you. That's going to be it for this one, party people. I want to thank you so much for partying with me. Now please, if you haven't yet, smash that like button. Hitting the like button would really help out this channel. In fact, check out this other video right here that can provide you more pro tips and tech reviews for all your residential garage door needs. I want to thank you for watching this video, and as always, y'all stay safe.